Guys, how's it going everybody? My name's Blitzwinger, and ladies and gents, welcome back to a brand new LEGO DC Supervillains custom video, and today we are continuing our Ben 10 series. A lot of you guys have been asking for more of those customs, and finally, the last episode which featured, what was the name of that alien? Let me just look it up. Feedback. That particular video has now crossed over 500 likes, so of course that means a brand new video is due. And today we're going to go on ahead and put together one of the suggestions from Matthew the Werehog Gamer, who commented with Heatblast, Big Chill, Ghost Freak, Diamond Head. So selecting the first one of those would be Heatblast. So we're going to put together Heatblast here today, and that will be our goal. Hopefully we can of course succeed, and then we will be able to go on ahead and add another alien to the roster. After that, what other characters are due, well, that's really up to you. If you guys want to see more Ben 10 customs, hit that like button. As soon as this video hits 500 likes, I will get to work on the next one. And of course, as far as which character we're going to be creating, that is up to you as well, because all you have to do is use the comment section down below, and you might very well be getting the shout out next time. So I've googled a picture of Heatblast, and I'm not going to lie, a whole bunch of different variations of the character model came up, or of the character came up, just in the sense that I saw ones where the character seems to have kind of like a really dark red, almost black design, like black, red, and orange. There's just different variations. So we're going to go for the kind of red-ish, like dark reddish, and yellow/orange look. So that's kind of the combination that we're going for. Just wanted to preface that right off the bat. So a key element with this character will be to go on ahead. Is it in here? No, it's not abilities. Effects. There we go. So key element with this one will be to go on ahead and give him the flaming effect. There we go. Because I think that will really bring the design to life and get it as close as possible to what we're supposed to try to replicate. Okay, so that's not too shabby. Now, some of the other adjustments that should be relatively easy. We're going to keep the hands somewhat bright-ish, just because that's usually kind of the design that we see, is that the hands are almost like a yellowish kind of color. So I think that that's a pretty good tone there. Now, we get to the more difficult aspects, which is pretty much the rest of the design. So let me think here for a second. What should we do? Okay, so what we could do for the legs. So we want to look for something that will be predominantly yellow and red, or orange and red. That's kind of the two combinations that would suffice. Interesting. If we had the colors flipped here, that would actually kind of work. You know, but it's the other way around. So that's an interesting combination, actually. Especially if we go with that kind of deeper red right there. That actually does not look bad, honestly. I think that's a pretty decent look. We might go with that one. We might very well go... Ooh. Now that looks kind of cool, too. But I feel like the other one having that extra little bit of yellow actually looks nicer. Although this one looks pretty cool too, because it gives us kind of that line look. Man, okay. I'm surprised. This might be a lot easier than I thought. Because going into this one, I thought this was going to be really tough. There's a lot of options here that we could work with. You know what? I think that red tornado... Oh, whoops, sorry. What am I doing? I'm like, I think that red tornado, and then I select completely the wrong thing. And I think we're going to go with the darker red, not the super duper bright red. Because I think the bright red, although it looks cool, I think it's not as accurate. Because from the Google images that I see of this character, most of the places it's not like a really bright red. There is some images where it looks more bright red than others, but it looks like almost majority of the images, I would say, look like it's kind of a dark... Well, I guess maybe not, because these top ones here, actually, a couple of them are kind of a brighter red. Darn it. Can't decide. Okay, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to decide on the basis of which torso we can get, because when I was thinking about this... Ooh, I guess maybe that could work, too. The Red Tornado torso, kind of. It's an interesting possibility. But the idea that I had in mind was actually to use a completely custom body, and then what we would do is we would select, let's say... let's say something like that, right? And then we make this, let's say the darker red, and then that. Can we get a yellow that matches? I almost feel like it should be orange instead. So, okay, let's say yellow. And then what we do is we add the decal to try and make that kind of greenish. If we make it just... Yeah, it's not going to look all that great. To make that like insignia that he has on his torso, like the character does. What recolors on this? Oh, you can't recolor it completely. Like maybe even something like that, honestly. You know? So that way we get kind of the accuracy of that look going. And I actually think that doesn't look all that bad. Especially with the dark red, it actually works. You know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. Of course, if you guys have a better idea for how to design this character model, you can always do so yourself and then tag me when you build the design. I'd definitely love to see what you can come up with, and whether it is better or worse, it doesn't really matter. It's I'm just much more curious if you guys can come up with a better take on the character. That does not look all that accurate. I'm just trying to see if there's anything that has a little bit of orange or yellow in it. I guess maybe that sort of kind of does. But what about this? Ah, but that introduces the blue there too. So that does not really work. I guess this one kind of looks decent, actually. Right? Although I feel like just the plain red was probably the best. Like this, right? Okay, so let's adjust the arms. Now, for the arms, we probably want to do a kind of a similar thing. Again, we could do this. We could just go with red, or dark red, I should say, and then into the yellow-ish. Kind of like that, which is not a bad idea. But I want to see what other options there are, especially if there's something that resembles more kind of a flaming effect. Kind of a lava effect. Gentleman Ghost. That actually would look cool if we had more control over recoloring of like what colors that would come up as. Interesting. Because that gives us those yellow elements throughout. You know what? I actually kind of think that that might be the way to go here. Unless if there's anything better. I don't think these Shazam arms are going to look better. No, because it's all like stuck to one location, whereas the lightning bolt pattern being the way it was actually works really nicely. Yeah, I don't think that looks all that great. Okay, let's try. Or not try. Let's go with the... who was it? Was it Flash? No, it wasn't Flash. It couldn't be Flash. It was Johnny Quick. There we go. So that works. The only thing I'm noticing now is that I feel like the torso colors are wrong. The yellow is wrong. It needs to be a little bit of a brighter yellow, like that. Maybe. Okay. Not too shabby, not too shabby. And now, we have the difficulty of trying to figure out the hair and face and all of that. So I think, I want to say that they do have, okay, they do have the flaming effect. Oh, sorry. There's the flaming effect that we're going for. So we'll go with that for sure. Because that's going to be the most accurate look, I think. Could we add more depth to it? Okay, so we can actually brighten it up a little bit. Or a lot. I think it looks best when it's kind of a mix between... Like, this one is way too dark of an orange. And then this one... this one is way too bright. So I think the kind of in between is there. So it's a nice happy medium. Now... you need to figure out the face. Which is not going to be easy for sure. Because he's got like this really... I don't even know how to describe it. It's like eyes and then like a mouth shape. But it's really tough to explain. If you don't know what Heatblast looks like, you're like, what the heck are you trying to make? I know. Trust me. It's confusing. Oh, man. I'm trying to think how the heck we even do this. I feel like we're going to need to use one of the preset faces. Because none of these are going to work. Okay, let's see. If we did something like this and we changed the face tone, that's not terrible. That is not terrible, for sure. It is a possibility. Can we recolor something like this? I'm curious what that would look like. It doesn't look terrible. It actually kind of looks similar to the shape of the face that he has, but the white outline there really kind of takes away from the look that we're going for. Ooh. Now, this one, honestly, is not a bad idea. The problem with it is that it makes him look very villainous instead of a hero. So, it's not as accurate, but I kind of still like the design on this one. Sort of does look really cool. I wonder if maybe we could blend it in with the face a bit more. Like, if we chose orange, would that work better? Maybe the bright red? You know? But no, then the face is not the right color. Because we're trying to get the face itself, like the eyes and the face needs to kind of stand out when compared to everything else. It's just that I knew the face would be tough to build, and that's why when I saw the face of the character, I was like, okay, I don't even know how we're going to build this. And this is clearly proving to be the case. By the way, I probably could have used this for Feedback's face, right? It would have worked. Now that I think about it. Would have been an interesting approach. Ooh, what changes on this one? Oh, it's the... I was hoping the face mask changes on that one, because that would have worked too. I mean... maybe just that? Could that work? Actually, isn't there a preset face with that? Yep, there it was. Okay, so if let's say I pick this, then I recolor it to be, let's say even like this, but then we go into this and we make the lines that kind of orange, just to bring that in a little bit. And then, let's see, could we do anything with maybe like the goggles or anything like that to bring the design together a bit more? Because that would be possibly cool. Something like that, maybe? That's not bad. We don't get the face, but it actually is pretty decent looking. Man, I wish we could recolor these goggles. That would be good. I really don't like the option of this, though, because I think that gives us kind of a cool look for the character. So, with that in mind, yay! I cannot believe it. We have that figured out, at least somewhat. Now, we're going to turn this on. We're going to do like a flame effect for sure. That's got to be orange. There we go. And then the other key element with this character will be to go into abilities, go into the charge ability, hold, because this character will definitely need some sort of a flame. I think that looks cool. Then we change the beam color to be orange. Beam origin, both hands. And so, we've got all of the key aspects about this character done. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the character model out and about here in just 1 second. We need to enter the name, of course. Heatblast. Continue story. Yes, definitely want to save. That would stink after all that work to just be like, yeah, I canceled all the work. That would have been crazy. But let's take a look at this design. I'm actually very, very pleasantly surprised with what we were able to assemble here. Now I'm thinking, does this character fly? Because I feel like he might be able to fly. I don't know. Let me know if he flies. We'll need to add that as well, obviously, because that's a pretty key element of this character's personality. So there we are. We've got Heatblast all assembled, and I have to say, I think we got a pretty sweet looking character model overall. He's got the Heatblast available. He's got, of course, the jump into the ground pound of flame, which looks legitimately pretty epic. And overall, I just think that the character model itself turned out really quite cool. Let me know what you guys think of this design. I am definitely looking forward to hearing from all of you. Lovely folks. Look how epic he looks right there. That looks awesome. So let me know what you guys think. Of course, don't forget to have an absolutely fantastic day. And on top of that, guys, don't forget, if you want to see any other customs, the way to get that done is to just simply go on ahead and hit that like button. Leave your suggestion for which character you'd like to see built next. And if you just don't want to leave a comment, you don't have an account, or, well, I guess don't have an account doesn't really help you. But if you don't want to leave a comment, or you don't know which one you'd like to see, check the comment section down below. If you see a comment that you really like, thumbs up that comment, because then I use that to know that, okay, this is the most liked one, and therefore this is the one that people want to see built. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Have an absolutely fantastic day. I'll see you all later. Alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.